4726 Hamilton. On the front here, we're going to need to fix that concrete on the front patio. Thinking I'm going to get rid of the sidewalk in front. We are going to need to do some painting and patchwork on the soffits and ceilings. That vent up there is going to need to be fixed and painted. Going over on the side here, ambulance isn't going to help very much. Siding looks in pretty good shape. Same thing where the soffits are going to need to be painted and some work. I'm suspecting I'm going to have to do a little bit of repair work on those box gutters. But everything else looks pretty good. A little bit of tuck pointing work on maybe some of this brick. I'm going to need to pressure wash the whole thing. Alright, going to go around on our other side. Now here we got a little bit more smoke damage, so we're going to need to pressure wash. We do have some brick that was damaged up top there that's going to need to be patched. Much more extensive soffit work over here. You can probably see where that soffit's actually missing a chunk. Okay. We're going to be replacing all of the windows, but we are obviously going to need to do the painting and the work there. So some more brick work and tuck pointing, some more where smoke came out, so we're going to need to do some repair work there and cleaning up. Gonna probably need to redo this fence, that little section of fence, and this sidewalk area. Now coming around the back here, they tore off the awning, which left a bit of a scar there. So what we're gonna need to do is replace the brick, replace the siding, and paint the whole back. I think I'm just gonna cut those off to ground level. A lot of cleaning up in the backyard. Now this has got a really strange backyard. We go back to a little bit of a point. The barking dogs are not going to help on this. Going to need to get rid of this shed and the collection of super big gulps. So we come back to a point, and then we've got this little area in the back. So I'm thinking this area in the back, we are going to want to build a little vegetable garden. So coming back up on the main house, gonna need to clean up the yard a little bit. Yards are gonna matter with the type of person I'm gonna sell this house to. So we're gonna need to clean up this back area, put in a new back door, get rid of all the leaves, maybe paint it, pretty it up a little. Need to replace that back door as well. The one thing that seems okay on this house, looks like the gutter's disconnected up there. Relatively easy fix. Gutter's disconnected on this side too. Also a relatively easy fix. But we gotta plan a little bit for that gutter work. Alright, so far it doesn't look too bad, but now we're going to go inside where this place is going to get a little more adventurous. So, going to have to replace this front door completely. Would like to keep the little window on the top. Alright, so this place had a small electrical fire. So what we are seeing here is where the floor joists were damaged. We will look at this in a little bit from underneath as well, but it's pretty extensive damage. We've got a cross beam there, major support, double beam, and then it looks like these three floor joists are going to need to be repaired. Stairwell's going to need some restorative work. I'm going to need to replace those burns there, and I want to try to keep this original ornate stairwell. All this paneling needs to go and be redone. So my plan for this room is obviously replace all the windows, pull down the paneling, get rid of the built-in. We are going to need to do something with the fireplace, maybe do an insert. This wall is going to go completely. There's no doubt on that. Those double doors have shifted and probably a load-bearing wall. We're also going to get rid of this wall here. We are going to keep a little area sort of the left of the door, which will give you a little bit of privacy as you come in. But there's really no reason for that main hallway, and that'll open up this room. Okay, as we come into this room, we are going to get rid of this wall completely, and then over here we're going to put in a bar going into the kitchen. Once again, replacing all the windows. We do have some pretty extensive ceiling repairs in here that need to be done. I'm planning on putting a little stained glass window in on this spot. Wood floors do look like they'll be able to be restored, so we're pretty excited about that. And we're going to take care of that. So coming into the kitchen now, this takes us out onto the back patio. Kitchen is going to need to be completely gutted. have a feeling when this place gets inspected, my inspector's not going to like that joist right there. If you look at it, you can see that it's been cut through too much, which has compromised it. We are planning on doing some work anyway. Also, if we are going to open up this wall, that vent is going to need to be moved, so I'm going to need to talk that over with my HVAC guy. Plumbing was recently done, and despite the electrical work which caught the place on fire, the plumbing seems pretty competent. We're going to keep a half wall here, and what we're going to do with that half wall is put in a bar going into that room. Probably going to put the sink here, probably stove, fridge, pantry, and like I said, we are going to get rid of this built-in pantry and this whole wall, this whole door to open it up. So this is our door to the basement, and this is where we've had some pretty extensive fire damage. So those steps to the basement have been compromised. We'll see that in a few more minutes in a little more detail. All right, in this room, this carpet has been here so long that when they pulled the carpet up, the pad stuck to the floor, so we're going to basically need to scrape this pad off, but there is really pretty wood under there. Once we get rid of that wall, we're going to want to bring matching wood out. So once again, this wall is going to be gone, so imagine this all one big room, and we're going to bring matching wood out, stain it and everything. So stairs are going to need to be done as wood, are going to need to be finished hardwood. It's going to be too difficult to do anything else. They were previously painted, which is going to be a challenge. So I'll need to figure out what I want to do with that. Worst case scenario, I can paint them again, but I'd really like to get them back to the original wood if I can. All right, so we come upstairs, and immediately as you come upstairs, first of all, I want you to notice this original woodwork that we're all going to keep is this really beautiful old wood. So we're going to keep that because in this historic area, that's part of what they want. Now we've got a really strange layout for the bathroom. We've got a tub with no shower, and then this little area where I hope you're not too fat of a dude because you're not going to squeeze through it to get back to the toilet. My plan is take the tub, put it where the toilet is right now, put a shower on it. Then I can put the tub basically, the toilet basically where that built-in is, and where you're currently seeing the tub will be a little double vanity. So this wall will be completely open. Completely redo this, decorate it out, make it look nice. So we have a bedroom here. For this bedroom, we've got a pretty good sized closet, and it actually goes back a little bit, which is nice. Windows are going to be replaced, but we're going to keep all of that beautiful woodwork around the windows. This is wallpaper that was painted over, so we need to scrape and paint all of that. This door goes into the other bedroom. I don't really like this door. It's a bit of a problem for me. The problem I've got is if I remove it, I've got to try to match that woodwork at the bottom. So I'm suspecting I might leave that door in just because it's going to cost me a lot of time and effort to remove it. We have a small little cubby here, which goes to, once again, sort of a, I don't know if you can tell how far back that goes, but it goes to kind of a deep, long storage closet. So that's kind of cool and useful. All right. Now we come in to the second bedroom, also pretty good size. There's that door again, and like I said, I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of it because of that woodwork. So I think I'm stuck with that door, but we're going to ask our contractor about it. In here, we do have some damage to the plaster just from shifting and stuff that's going to need to be fixed. I do have some pretty extensive damage under this window. This is where you saw some damage downstairs as well. So basically this window at some point was leaking, damaged this wall, damaged the roof underneath it. And then we've got our closet, and same sort of thing where it goes back some way. So we will fix up and dress up this closet. Probably keep the original grate. That's kind of cool. And then this might give you a look at that funny shaped backyard. I don't know if you can see it from here. I can. I don't know how it'll show up on the video. So at this point, we are going to go on down to the basement. That is the last area to show you. And I'm going to try not to kill myself when I do it. So give me just a second here. All right, so here is the burned area again from another angle. You can see it was a relatively contained fire. Now, because there was a fire in this building, I'm going to need to disclose it. And the fire department did come, so there's going to be a record of it. This steps to the basement are going to need to be completely redone. don't know if you can see where that burn is. And I need to now try to go down these steps without killing myself. So if you see the phone drop, that's me falling down the stairs. All right, so the basement is a bit of a hot mess. We're going to need to redo the electrical in here, in the entire building. These steps need to go due to the burn damage. We've got just burn damage on the floor. We suspect that this electric box is actually what caused it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's all charred up. So I don't actually think it was the wiring in the building. I think they powered this thing. A lot of junk that just needs to be hauled out. It's actually not a bad basement. It's, you know, an old original stone basement, so, you know, it's probably always going to seep a little bit of water. A lot of junk to be removed. The water heater's probably dead. Nothing structurally concerning though. I don't see any cracks. Don't see anything that freaks me out. I am going to need to redo these basement windows, probably glass block. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basement windows that need to be done. Probably paint this once we get all this out of here. Now this bad boy, if you've never seen it, this is a gravity-fed heating system. This thing is ancient, so it's going to need to be replaced, and a lot of this venting is going to need to be replaced. So I got to get my HVAC guy in here. We do have cast iron drain pipes, but honestly, they don't look too bad. So normally I would replace all this, but it looks to be in decent shape. And I'm thinking I'll leave it in because I find that inspectors always need to find something. So I'll leave that cast iron drain pipe in so that the inspector can find something he needs to be replaced. What does make me relatively happy is as I look around this basement, all the floor joists are in pretty good shape. I'm not seeing that they've been too terribly compromised with anyone doing anything too weird to it. Our one big exception obviously is our fire area. So once again, here's the fire. So I've got this double floor joist that burned out that's going to need to be replaced. And so it's going to basically need to be replaced from here all the way to there, which isn't too bad. That's not too big. And then I'm going to need to redo these floor joists. There's 1, 2, 3 that were burned. But then you see when I get to the 4th one, there's not even any scarring on it. So I've only really got to redo these 3 floor joists. I'm already going to be messing with the HVAC system, so I'm already going to be going over there. So that's not too bad a problem. And that's basically the whole thing. We got our water meter down here. Gonna need to do a new electrical box. We need to do whole new electrical service on this whole place. Once again, I basically don't trust any of the electrical in here, but that's basically it. So that is our plan. Had our agent out here a little bit earlier. They suspect I should be able to sell it for $120 to $130, which is actually a little bit more than I'd hoped for. I've bought it for $20, so my current goal is to spend about $50,000 fixing it up. That would have me all in at $70. If I can sell it for $120 after commission, that'll be $110, a $40,000 profit. So got a couple contractors out here. We will see how it goes.